Okay. What size are we using? 8. Size 8. There might be a time when you're doing another project for another class where you're doing men's or kids or juniors and you might be using another form. But in here we're using size 8. Size 8. So the way that the book is showing how to label the number of cuts and the size and whatever is this way. And I figure you guys just spent $90 on a book. We're going to use their way, and that's just going to be our standard. Okay? So we're going to do size over the number of pieces that we're going to cut. So I have an 8. I'm going to draw a line underneath it. This front bodice, how many pieces do I need to cut of this? 1. So 8 over 1. The back bodice, how many do I need to cut?
2.
8 over 2. Okay? So then these are going to get cut out of fabric, right? What kind of fabric? Well, we've got some vocabulary words. These are the way we're going to talk about our fabrics. Is this fabric here? Okay. So if something is made out of one kind of fabric, we're going to call that one kind of fashion fabric self-fabric. Okay? So that purple dress I was showing before, that was made out of one kind of fabric only. All of my patterns would be labeled self-fabric. Okay? Now, we're going to also color code our patterns. If we have something that's made with multiple kinds of fabric, we're going to color code these labels so that anybody who quickly picks it up, if they see that all of the label is in black and pencil counts as black, if I pick it up without even reading, I can just see that it's black. I'm going to go cut this out of my main fabric. If I have a contrasting fabric, maybe I want the top one color and the skirt another color, I'll pick whichever one is the main one, and I'll call that one self. And let me skip this one. And anything that's a contrast, whether it's a contrast fabric, maybe it's the same color but different texture, or if it's a contrast print or color, I'm going to call it contrast. Okay. Sometimes you also might have a separate fabric for lining. So I'll keep my skirt, yeah. So this is the same color, but it's a different fabric and it's used only for the lining. That pattern piece I would label in green and I would call it lining fabric so that I can easily say, okay, these 3 pieces are for this, these 3 are for this is for this, and just color coding.